Greetings to everyone across Africa. Young people are embracing artificial intelligence in ways that are reshaping education and employment. Today, we explore how AI is bridging skill gaps, creating new career opportunities, and redefining the future of learning on the continent. Stay with me on this one. This is both an African and a global story. Okay? Stay put and stay ignited. Alright, despite Africa's energetic youth population, over 60% under the age of 25, unemployment remains high. Infrastructure's limitations, inconsistent internet access, and outdated curricula create a gap between academic knowledge and job needs. Artificial intelligence is beginning to bridge these divides, okay? And first on this particular device that we're looking at basically is digital career guidance, okay? Platforms like Network Pathway analyze academic records and personalize assessment to recommend study programs and career tracks, reducing overskilling and underskilling. Number 2, AI learning assistance. Kwame for Science, a bilingual science tutor, has supported over 750 students across 32 African countries in just 8 months. Absolutely, guys, the way Kwame works, back in the days when we were preparing for actually like SSC, a lot of us didn't have that access to past questions and all of those. Kwame actually provides all of this enabling environment where you have access to past questions for SSC, where you can actually be able to prepare very well because you have both the past questions and then you also have the answers. Kwame is a very good educational tool that would help you stand your ground regardless. Third one that we're having is coding and STEM access. Okay, and for coding and STEM access, you have tools like Swacode teach programming on smartphones, while Autograd automates grading and feedback for teachers. Now, all of these tools basically are to enhance your experience in learning new technologies and adapting to the changes in the trends that we are currently experiencing. These initiatives are not simply imported technologies, they are tailored for African context. So basically, because our model of education has its own little differences with our European and American counterparts. So what these particular tools do is they put Africa into context and then help you to be able to assimilate based on your environment. And the whole essence of this is for adaptability, all right? So that at the end of it, you actually have that African experience and you are actually able to solve real life issues. So we go on forward. So young Africans are also using AI income generation tools is freelancing. Graphic designers, writers, video editors now integrate AI to streamline workflows and meet global standards. Absolutely. You can actually be able to use freelancing tools like the likes of Canva or Premiere Pro, depending on what choice, or CapCut, depending on what you're actually looking at. But of course, on the long run, you need to be proficient and you need to learn the basics on how to actually be able to utilize all of these tools to your advantage. Okay, so we also have startups now from Lagos to Nairobi. Entrepreneurs are launching AI-driven edtech, agritech, and fintech ventures. Or if you check in Nigeria, basically there's a high rise of fintech companies that are springing up, providing solutions in the healthcare sectors, in the transportation sectors, and across different sectors. They are making groundbreaking discoveries and groundbreaking solutions across and within. All right. Next tool we're looking at is institutional roles. Universities and companies employ AI for grading, data analysis, and content moderation, creating jobs in data annotation and machine learning operations and software development. You'll agree with me that companies are beginning to even adapt the use of AIs in their supply chain functions to resolve a lot of bottlenecks in supply chain process. So this is a trend and this is a development and it's evolving. Okay, so the next thing we'll be looking at basically is upskilling initiatives. Okay, you have hackathons, boot camps, and certification programs are equipping thousands with AI literacy to remain competitively globally. Okay, so the beauty of the whole thing is that oftentimes you do not need to be in a physical classroom to actually be able to upskill, to hone your skills. You can actually, with the help of the internet, learn some of these skills and become a valuable asset to your community and the nation as a whole. Impact and success stories of AI. All right, one of these measurable impacts that we're looking at basically is net pathway guidance has reduced education employment mismatches. Kwame for Science Reach demonstrates scalable, localized AI learning solution. Innovations clusters in Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa provide mentorship funding and peer networks for emerging emerging AI talents. A 2024 Caribou Global study confirms that over 40% of African institutions are testing or deploying AI solutions. So AI solutions have come here to stay. So the challenges and ethical considerations are, okay, you'll agree with me that there is no system that exists independently without challenges. So basically, in adopting some of these particular solutions, we consider that there are some challenges, but of course there is no challenge that comes your way that is not surmountable. So one of such challenges is limited power and internet access hinder rural participation. Of course, participation is largely centered because rural areas have restrictions with internet access. Gender and geographic disparities risk leaving many behind. Of course, there are areas based on insecurity, based on tendencies that do not promote the acceptance of this technology that will hinder its growth rapidly. Okay, so this is a big challenge, of course, that is actually ravaging Africa. AI bias and cultural misalignment may ignore local languages and traditions. Of course, a lot of people are biased about this trend in this new technology, and then because of the cultural beliefs and all of these things, some of them actually impede on the adoption of AI technologies in Africa. Regulation and data privacy require urgent attention to ensure trust and equity. You'll agree with me that data privacy is extremely very important, so that people do not have access to unauthorized private materials of individuals. That is still a challenge, of course, because in recent times some smart guys have actually been able to come up with means to actually be able to breach some of these dependable technologies and cause harm to individuals. It's a trend, and then it's a technology, and of course it will keep evolving until we get better and better by the day. Call to action. To harness AI potential, Africa must expand digital infrastructures and affordable devices, embed AI literacy in schools and universities, support cultural relevant AI solutions, scale mentorship, funding and rural innovations hub, establish ethical frameworks and policies for AI use. Young people, educators, policymakers and innovators, you are part of this story. What AI tool has impacted your learning or career? Share your experience in the comment section. Your voice may inspire the next innovator. Africa's youth are not waiting for change, they are creating it. Okay, with the right support, AI can become a tool for inclusive growth and opportunity. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe to keep the conversation going. Alright guys, thank you for having me on this particular episode. I will see you at the other flip side.